Alright, what's happening, guys? It's Brando Linick here. Welcome to the video, and what I want to talk about really quickly here, the whole reason why you're going to want to pay attention is actually how to become an engineering consultant. And there's a lot of different ways to approach this and tackle it. Ultimately, the best thing that I could share with you is really the skills behind consulting, alright, itself, and offering services, because it's like being an entrepreneur in a sense, alright? You're in business for yourself. And my experience with this actually goes back over the last 12 months, having done a form of this. And when I say form of it, having actually been able to do consulting, but not engineering consulting, having been able to actually operate consulting on the internet to create a full-time income working part-time. And if you hear me out here for just a minute, if you're looking at this because you really just like the aspect of consulting and controlling your income, and you like that part of it, then if you hear me out here for a minute, what happened was when I came across a person going back just over the last year who was consulting and building an income on the internet, alright, without prospecting or cold market prospecting, without chasing friends and family, without doing any of those crazy things that you'd have to do when it comes to traditional consulting, because they weren't doing that, alright, pardon me, and they're traveling, time and money wasn't an issue. I began to model what they were doing because they weren't doing anything technical, and with their help, with their permission, modeling them in 2.5 weeks was able to create those results of full-time income working part-time consulting online, which is not average, not typical results. But I'll say this, okay, if you are looking at this because, like I said, you want to be able to create a lucrative, sustainable, leveraged income, alright, if that's what you're looking for, on the internet, learning the skills required to consult is the best thing that you could possibly do, and there's a lot of different businesses out there you could get started with on the internet, a lot of different paths you could take to learn the skills. I'd advise you, instead of trying to figure things out yourself like I screwed up on when I first got started, trying to learn everything myself and go through this big learning curve, that you actually just connect with someone. Alright, it's as simple as it sounds, okay, but it's also so overlooked because a lot of people, they do what I did and they try and figure things out themselves. I wouldn't advise you to do it, okay? And the best thing you could do is just connect with someone who is willing to connect with you and share with you how to build a business and an income consulting on the internet to help you get the results that you want, alright? To help you go out there and achieve what you want to achieve doing this. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. That way you can learn the skills required to attract people to you instead of go out there and chase people down. And if you're following me here and you want to learn how to do this, if you're serious, if you're coachable, if you're willing to learn some things, alright, if you can press play on some training videos, because what I've done, it did require work, I did have to learn some things, okay, it's not a gimmick, then here's what you can do. Check out my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put a link down below in the description. What you'll see when you go, there's a video for myself explaining in super fine detail how you can do this to get the results that you want. Alright, and then after that you'll see testimonials from people who I personally work with who have had no consulting experience whatsoever, who are making like the first $200 a day, the first $500 a day. And some people have had consulting experience but never really able to create a sustainable income who are doing that as well. And they're not average, not typical results, like I said, because it does require work and it's not a gimmick. So if you're not afraid of that, I look forward to connecting with you, and I figured I'd just be straight up and be straightforward with you and give you those heads up, because I know some people just like to push buttons and sit back and do no work. That's not the case with this, and I hope you can appreciate that honesty and openness, and if you're that person who's not afraid of it, I look forward to seeing you on the next page, and most importantly, catching you on the beaches of the world. Take care.